Art and Dharma Class 3, Medicine Buddha in Chinese Style. Dear beautiful and radiant viewers, welcome to the third episode of Art and Dharma, where we will talk about the connections or interplay between art and Dharma. My name is Gabriel and I am a lecturer at Sakya Buddha University in Santa Ana, California. You can reach me through my email at awake.star.sky@gmail.com. In this third episode, I would like to discuss this artwork called Medicine Buddha in Chinese Style. Before we begin, I would like to remind viewers that the most appropriate mind we use to view Dharma art has to be the mind of bodhicitta, or the mind of compassion. Bodhicitta is the wish that we achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all beings. We do this because we recognize the interconnection with all beings, the interconnection with all life. It is an elevated state of mind, one that we cannot maintain for a long duration. So at least we need to view Dharma art with the mind of compassion. If you are curious about Dharma art, please review episode 1. In the realm of Mahayana Buddhism, the figure of Medicine Buddha shines as a profound symbol of healing and compassion. In this episode, we will explore who the Medicine Buddha is, their iconography, what healing is in Buddhism, the vows of the Medicine Buddha, their devotional practice, and significance. Known as Vaishya Guru in Sanskrit, Medicine Buddha is revered not only for his ability to cure physical ailments, but also for his capacity to heal mental and spiritual afflictions that plague humanity. In this episode, we delve into the origin, symbols, symbolism, practices, and significance of the Medicine Buddha, exploring how this revered figure embodies the compassion essence of Buddhist teachings. The origins of the Medicine Buddha trace back to ancient Buddhist texts, particularly Mahayana Sutras, where he is described as one of the 7 Buddhas of the past. These sutras, such as the Medicine Buddha Sutra, detail his qualities and the vows he took to alleviate suffering. Medicine Buddha is typically depicted sitting in a meditative posture on a lotus throne. In the East Asian Buddhist tradition, he is seated in a meditative posture holding a pagoda, which contains medicines for healing. In the Tibetan tradition, he is seated in a meditative posture holding a bowl of healing nectar, amrita, his right hand extended in the gesture of giving with the stem of the Mayobalam plant. He is often portrayed with a blue-colored body, symbolizing healing and wisdom, and radiating rays of blue light, which signify the healing energy he imparts to all sentient beings. The blue color of Medicine Buddha symbolizes the purity of healing, the transcending the dualities of sickness and health to embody the ultimate reality of wisdom and compassion. Each aspect of his iconography carries profound symbolism. The bowl of healing nectar represents the remedy of sickness, of suffering, both physical and spiritual. The Mayobalam plant signifies the medicine that cures the illness of ignorance. And his posture of meditation symbolizes the state of perfect enlightenment from which he emanates healing energy to all beings. In Buddhism, healing encompasses both physical and spiritual dimensions. aiming not only to alleviate physical ailments, but also to address the root causes of suffering and promote overall well-being. Here are some key aspects of healing in Buddhism. Physical healing. This refers to the relief and cure of physical illness and ailments. In traditional Buddhist cultures, monastics and practitioners often engage in rituals, chanting, and meditation to invoke healing for themselves and others. This type of healing may involve herbal remedies, traditional medicine practices, and the provision of basic needs like food and shelter. Emotional and psychological healing. Buddhism recognizes that mental afflictions such as attachment, aversion, and ignorance are primary sources of suffering. Practices like mindfulness, meditation, and contemplation are employed to heal emotional wounds, reduce mental suffering, and cultivate inner peace and clarity. Karmic healing. Central to Buddhism is the belief in the concept of karma, the law of cause and effect. Healing in this context involves understanding and purifying negative karma through ethical living, repentance, and spiritual practice. By cultivating wholesome actions and reducing harmful actions, individuals can heal past negative influences and create a more positive future. Healing through compassion and wisdom. Bodhisattvas, enlightened beings, who vow to attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings, exemplify healing through compassion and wisdom. They guide and inspire others on the path to liberation from suffering by demonstrating loving kindness and compassion and skillful means. Individuals can heal themselves by reaching out to others and participating in the activities of the Bodhisattva. Healing of ignorance. At the deepest level, healing at Buddhism overcomes fundamental ignorance that perpetuates the cycle of suffering. True wisdom, which sees the true nature of reality, individuals can transcend ignorance and attain liberation. Ignorance, or the failure to see reality as it actually is the cause of all suffering. When we penetrate into the heart of reality, we heal ourselves completely. Devotional practices and rituals dedicated to the medicine Buddha are prevalent in various Buddhist traditions. For example, in the Vietnamese Buddhist tradition, there is the practice of remembering the medicine Buddha during the New Year. These practices often involve reciting the medicine Buddha's mantra, Tayata Om Bhakanse Bhakanse Maha Bhakanse Radze Samugate Soha, to invoke their healing blessings. The Medicine Buddha Sutra can be recited for 7 times for 7 weeks. Meditation on the Medicine Buddha is also a common practice where practitioners visualize his form, contemplate his qualities, and cultivate the aspiration to alleviate suffering in themselves and others. Rituals may include offerings of light, incense, water, and medicinal herbs as symbolic gestures of reverence and supplication for healing. Sometimes these are done in sets of 7. This is because the Medicine Buddha is part of the 7 healing Buddhas of the past. These devotional practices remind practitioners of the 12 great vows of the Medicine Buddha, which are central to the practice and devotion around this Buddha. These vows are traditionally recited and upheld by practitioners who seek healing and spiritual benefits associated with the Medicine Buddha. There are the 12 great vows of the Medicine Buddha: to illuminate countless realms with his radiance, enabling anyone to become a Buddha just like him, to awaken the minds of sentient beings through his blue radiant light, to provide sentient beings with whatever material needs they require, to correct wrong views and inspire beings towards the path of the Bodhisattva, to heal beings to follow the ethical precepts even if they failed before, to heal beings born with deformities, illness or pain, to help relieve the destitute and the sick, to help women who wish to be reborn as men achieve their desired rebirth, to help heal mental afflictions and delusions, to help the oppressed to be free from suffering. The devotion and significance of the medicine Buddha reflects the Buddhist understanding of the precious human life, sometimes referred to as the precious human rebirth. This is central to the understanding of opportunities and potentials one has to spiritually progress towards enlightenment. Here are the key aspects of what makes a human life precious in the Buddhist context. According to the Buddhist teachings, obtaining a human life is considered extremely rare and precious. It is seen as a culmination of positive actions from past life. Compared to the vast number of beings in other realms, such as animal hungry ghosts of hell beings, only humans have the intellectual capacity to understand and practice the Buddha's teachings. Human life is valued because it provides the right conditions and faculties to practice the teachings of the Buddha. These include intelligence, the ability to reason and contemplate, and the opportunity to learn from spiritual texts and teachers. These conditions are crucial for making progress on the path to liberation or enlightenment. The purpose of having a precious human life is not merely self-centered, but primarily to make progress towards liberation from suffering for oneself and for others. It is an opportunity to develop wisdom and compassion and other virtues within us that lead to a state of spiritual awakening. A precious human life also implies having freedom and extreme suffering or oppressive circumstances that could hinder spiritual practice. It includes having enough resources such as supportive conditions, access to teachings, and the ability to make choices that facilitate spiritual growth. Recognizing the impermanent nature of life, Buddhists emphasize the urgency of using this precious human life wisely. This means diligently practicing the Dharma, cultivating positive qualities, and striving towards awakening. The conditions that make such practice possible are not permanent and may not reoccur in future lives. The significance of the medicine Buddha extends beyond the realms of physical healing. While his blessings are sought for the alleviation of illness and disease and to make this precious human life meaningful. The essence of the medicine Buddha's teaching lies in the cultivation of compassion and wisdom. By embodying the qualities of the medicine Buddha, such as empathy, generosity, and equanimity, practitioners strive not only to heal physical ailments, but also to heal the deeper afflictions of attachment, aversion, and ignorance that cause suffering. In this way, medicine Buddha serves as a beacon of compassionate outreach, inspiring practitioners to engage in acts of kindness and healing for the benefit of sentient beings. In conclusion, medicine Buddha occupies a central place in the Mahayana Buddhist practice as a divine healer and embodiment of compassionate wisdom. Through his iconography, practices, teachings, the Medicine Buddha offers a path to healing that transcends limitations of physical illness to address profound spiritual and psychological afflictions that characterize the human condition. By invoking his blessings and embodying his qualities, practitioners not only seek relief from suffering, but also strive to become agents of healing and compassion themselves in the world. The figure of the Medicine Buddha continues to brightly shine as a symbol of hope, healing, and transformative wisdom in the journey towards enlightenment. Today we have talked about the Medicine Buddha, their iconography, what healing is in Buddhism, the vows of the Medicine Buddha, their devotional practice and significance. If you have liked this episode, please write to me at awake.star.sky@gmail.com. Tell me what you liked, what you enjoyed, and what you would like to see more of. You can also submit artwork that you want me to comment about.